Yeah, so we had a very good friend of ours called Vicky. She saw her regular client. I guess something went wrong in the sense of maybe she ripped him off. Maybe they didn't agree to something that was put forward, and sadly she was kidnapped, tortured and set alight and killed. So that scared this community massively. Us sex workers were very scared to come out here for a very long time. But again, you kind of have to be fearless to a certain degree to even be able to do what we do, because it isn't easy and we will never be respected.
They're among a team of officers carrying out daily patrols, targeting curb crawlers and known sex workers in the Hightown area.
Good evening. People living in an area of Luton are demanding that action be taken to tackle prostitution.
Basically, yeah, I started shoplifting and stuff, went to jail. And yeah, it just swelled out of control, obviously, from drug using.
Dad, he sadly passed away from a heroin overdose. I had a girl mate that introduced me to coming down here to work, to earn money, rather than terrorising my community to fund my addiction. At least this way I'm not hurting anyone but myself. I've worked out here since I was 17 years old. I'm now 36.
And obviously, each day I've got to defend my habit.
Yeah, never really been able to get off the drugs or the prostitution, to be fair, because hand in hand it feeds each other.
Yeah, I think there should be somewhere 24 hours. I mean, most places don't open till 10 and then they're shut at 4. Sometimes you don't get up till like 5, 6, depends, because of working.
Waking up clocking every day having to find means and money to eat, every day sofa surfing, so having to fork out a large amount of drugs or cash to sleep on someone's sofa, and just dealing with life itself. I really struggle.
Like, obviously, it's heroin addiction. So that's a challenge every day. Make money, so obviously get it.
Raising money to get well, feed myself, make myself look presentable so that I can get money. Yeah, just every day is a big challenge.
100%, yeah. I've experienced being raped out here. I've experienced being gang raped. I've been assaulted untold amount of times. I've had my jaw broken. Only 2 weeks ago, I got thrown out of a car. I broke my collarbone. I was covered in bruises. I've been knocked out during giving a guy oral sex. They've just knocked me out. A lot of it comes from foreigners, if I'm being honest. I'm not being racist, but yeah, a lot of the Romanians and the Polish guys are the ones behind a lot of the violence around here.
I got my jaw broken. Some bloke, yeah, stood on my foot, like, jumped on my head, like, I think it was like 9 times, and then I was put in a coma. Yeah, just because he wanted his money back, so, yeah.
The biggest one at the moment is they don't want to pay your prices because of other girls being desperate and not charging a decent, like, sum of money. Do you know what I mean? At the end of the day, you still got to try and have a bit of respect for yourself. And I'm sorry, I'm not selling myself for £10.
No one respects us. I've learnt that. That's quite sad, really, because I think it should be based on the individual. So I think if you treat someone with respect, you deserve the respect back, but we will never get that. This is seen as bad, disgusting, dangerous. So until we put it out there, and try and change society's opinion on it, I don't think that will ever change.
I moved from London up here from the age of 21. I lost my child when I was 21 and I started smoking drugs and I started soliciting.
I mean, I've always suffered with my mental health anyway, but yeah, I have bipolar, so yeah, I'm very up and down anyway. And when you've got punters thinking they're better than you and talking to you like you're a bit of shit, it's degrading. It's degrading anyway, doing what we're doing. We don't need things like that.
The name calling, the abuse, even people throwing things at us.
Yeah, I just had a car pull up to me with two blokes videoing saying, haha, you sell your pum pum. So, yeah, really mature.
Yeah, I have had men try to control me previously, but I'm too much of a strong person. It just wouldn't happen. I can't be controlled. One day I would like to do motivational speaking to build confidence and self-esteem in people, because I feel that's one of the areas that people lack, and that leads us into coercive control in friendships and relationships. But I've done enough courses and stuff on that subject to know what signs to look out for. But yeah, not many people are controlled, but yeah, you do get people that will try.
They're allowing it, like they're here all the time, making sure we're safe, but they sort of let us make our money, if you get my drift.
If they really wanted to stop this, they could stop it. That's my answer to it. And how can you let this go on for 20 years and then all of a sudden drive around one night going, oh, you can't work, you need to go home? It's like something more needs to be put in place.
We've got quite a lot of support down here now, with charities like Azalea and Resolution. So yeah, the support's got better.
They help with a lot. They help with food, shopping. They help with relaxation classes. I think anything we need, generally, yeah. So yeah, it's just day by day. You have to take time because you need funding and all that to help. So if we can get more help out there, it'd be better.
Ending up having a breakdown, people dying, just a multitude of things really. Being on drugs, just trying to keep your head above water, basically. Yeah, I've met some good girls. But yeah, I've met some wrong ones as well.
Get into recovery, remain in, because it's easy to get clean, but it's about staying clean. I'd love to be a part of my community, so my dreams are I want to be a motivational speaker and help young children of today to help with their self-esteem and confidence, because I think that's one of the big things that a lot of us do lack. And I want to do a documentary on the depth of addiction, just to give society a better insight into it's not all bad. And then I want to write my own book. I'll give the money to my two daughters, and that's going to be called The Turnout of My Life Due to the Hands of My Mother, because fundamentally my mother failed me as a child, and that's why I ended up where I am today. And that's a way of me letting go of the trauma, but in a positive way.
It's a problem not seen at this time of day, but after dark, those living here say this part of Luton becomes a centre for prostitution. Residents in the Hightown area say it becomes a no-go zone, with some saying they're too frightened to go out at night.
This woman, who doesn't want to be identified, says prostitutes have worked in the area for years at any time of day. It's terrible. It's demoralising. If people come, you don't want them to look out of the window. Even men don't like going out after 6 o'clock around here, in the summer and in the winter, because they're so scared. I think we're an area under siege.
No, shocking experience, obviously, was about Vicky. Obviously, because who done that to her, we all knew him quite well. Well, about 5 of us knew him quite well. So, yeah, that was shocking.
Yeah, she was a friend of mine. Very sad, very scary. You don't think something like that is going to happen. It doesn't happen in your world. It happens on telly or in America or something. But yeah, certainly makes it apparent that we are risking our lives doing what we do. Yeah, everyone's just like scared. It's just shocking, isn't it? Because you just don't think it's going to happen, even though we do what we do. But there's a matter on every corner. Basically, obviously, because she was a user, we knew her phone is money. Her phone was off. We knew something wasn't right.
Well, a lot of the girls stick together anyway, but yeah, I think it'll be places like you say, they are drug centres. Yeah, a lot more centres for ladies.
I don't know, it varies. There is support, but there could be a lot more. Sorry, it's church people, and as lovely as they are, they're not, I don't know the right way to put it. A bit soft, if you get what I mean. They don't really know.
But again, being a drug addict doesn't make you a bad person. It's about how you carry yourself and how you treat people and just go your day-to-day means, really.
Trying to keep safe, mainly. And try not to be out here for as long, like as least as possible. Just want to get out here, make my money and go back. People you don't know, especially on a Friday and Saturday night, you get the drunken people. They can be a bit of a pain sometimes, but sometimes they're all right. But yeah, 9 times out of 10, it's people you know.
Yeah, I've been attacked a few times from clients. A lot of them, no disrespect, but they're foreigners because a lot of them don't have passports and stays in the country, so a lot of them you can't identify. Well, I've got bipolar as it is, so you don't really get a lot of help out here anyway for mental health and that, but yeah, I'm 46 now and yeah, it's getting worse by day.
I mean, there is support. There is some nice people, but there's a lot of horrible people, more than there is nice people.
Try and make more centres for ladies and men because I think there's a lot of men out there that are going through things as well, but they get pushed to the side, yeah.
People thinking we're scum, basically, thieves. Automatically, you're on drugs. Okay, 9 times out of 10, we are, but it doesn't mean we're not human. Everyone's got a story. I suffer with my mental health anyway, so every day's a struggle.
And I know that I'm worth a lot more than where I am right now. It's just about being brave enough to get out there and get the help.
I'd say if you find a good person, they are there. They're very few and far between. Keep hold of them. You do actually meet some alright people, believe it or not. And most of the time, the girls are like a family, most of the time. There should be more, and people should be made more aware of people's situations because they're ignorant. And they say ignorance is bliss, but it's not for us.
friendships we don't get in this game, the drug game, or the sex industry. I don't think people know how to be friends, and because they're controlled by addiction, you don't really get to know who people really are and what they're really about. And people generally don't have time for anything else other than making money and smoking drugs. And that's the sad thing, really.
I think things need to be more aware. Like people need to be more aware of people's situation, so people don't stereotype and get it wrong, because so many people do, and it's not fair. Just try and be a bit more kinder. Like, do you know what I mean? We're trying to make a living, because you can't get a job if you're homeless. You can't get a bank account if you're homeless. It's a vicious circle. You can't, like, you can just about get benefits. It's ridiculous. You've got no ID, you can't get benefits. You can't get a bank account because you've got no ID. You can't get ID because you haven't got a place to live. You can't get a place to live because you haven't got any ID. It's like...
To get clean, stay off the drugs, and be with my family more.
Just remember, we're all human beings, and we're only doing this because we don't have any other choice. I don't want to do it, but yeah. Yeah, I'd like to not be doing this and have a nice house, have my boys. We're being set up to fail. Yeah, big time. Massively. Yeah, because you would find that a lot of us do want to get out of it. We just want the opportunity.
Like, you only have to be wearing a dress or a skirt and you're getting called a whore. How much? Like, yeah.
I've never been one of them people that walks and looks over their shoulder, because I don't do things wrong to people, but with things that have happened, yeah, I find myself looking over my shoulder, and I don't like it. I shouldn't have to.
Support ain't always just going to come to you. We need to kind of help ourselves a little bit more, and that's something I guess we don't do. We just get stuck in this rut, think this is all we're worth, and this is all... We don't have a lot of faith in ourselves. Yeah. But yeah, one day, hopefully, I'll leave this behind, because it isn't the best. I understand that.
Nice car, nice house. Don't know, just sort my life out, really, before it's too late.